Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Just know that I wish you the best of health, the best of your mental health, prosperity in your spirit, not just money, but money too, because that pays the bills. You can't go to the store and say, well, I'm prosperous in my spirit. Can I get a discount? No, you can't do that, right? Lancescurv here, back. Wow. I just finished doing some new graphics to jazz up the channel. It's such a blessing to be able to have the experience to do all of these things. And this is not some throw off or brag or whatever, but when you're used to doing stuff on your own and you've accrued skills over the years to do so, it's a wonderful feeling. And to be independent like that, totally independent, to do what it is that I think in my head. Today, I want to speak about, racism. But I don't want to speak about racism in the same way I've always spoken about racism. Because in my life, I have dealt with lots of racism, trust me. We all know the story. I'm going to tell it again at one point because this is a new channel and the new channel doesn't have a lot of stuff that was lost or made private by whatever powers that be, right? That's no problem. Because I'm the originator, I'm the creator, we're going to do this again in a safe way. But to start out, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I was beat by 11 police officers on January 26, 1989 on Parsons Boulevard and 89th Avenue in Jamaica, Queens. It was the 106 precinct. And it was a traffic stop that went out of hand that I didn't provoke, right? And there was a lot of racist overtones in that situation. I was charged with assaulting an officer, well, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. Driver with no insurance. They say that's why they pulled me over after I proved it, right? Disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and assaulting an officer. They had to reduce it down from a felony to a misdemeanor, and then eventually it was, okay, if you don't get in trouble for a year, we'll throw it out, because they know they didn't. They knew they messed up, right? And I missed a massive lawsuit at that time, which I should have pursued. But that's neither here nor there. That's the past. It was a very long time ago, but it's still very much real in my head and in my heart. And it has given me a final taste, not final, but it was the icing on the cake of all the experiences that I had before in the United States, in New York City, and just the whole United States. Luckily, my parents prepared me for that, you see, because in America, if you don't have someone to guide you and warn you on the things that can happen, and I speak on this to people who want to go to America and don't understand that because of the color of your skin, certain things can happen, from major to slight. You may see some major headlines out on the news or something, but it's a constant pressure, because when you go through something on a major level, you lose a job, you get beat down by police officers, you get jumped by people, you get spit on, you get literally killed, family members, different things. It's like, man, why don't this thing go away? But the thing is, the fact of the matter is a virus, and those infected with that hate for us, it's never going to go away. It'll take really a cataclysmic situation to change not just the mind, but the heart of those who are racist. Now, I'm not going to go down through every situation I've been through, but I've been through a lot from young, but I was equipped for it, and it still threw me off. It still hurt. Not that I'm looking for anything from the people who are racist. I'm just saying it hurt because you're not assessing me or those who have those ideologies, because it's not just Caucasians. You have what they call Latinos, who many of them are lighter than the darker Latinos, and they feel that way. And in the Dominican Republic, they say you have to marry up and you have to lighten up. And South America is this way. And many places and many Asians feel this way about us. I'm not saying all, but some, but possibly the majority. It could be 51%, it could be 99%, but it's not my job to try to figure out who is racist and who's not. Okay? At that point. But at the same time, it hit me the other day that so many of us who are what they call pro-black, which does not mean you're against anything else. You're just pro yourself because you know the obstacles that we deal with. But many of us who are pro-black would not be pro-black if they were accepted into the system. And a lot of people who are pro-black are mainly people, a lot, I didn't say all, are butthurt because they weren't accepted, because that's what they wanted so bad. I've known people who, black men, who've dated white women, not because they saw an individual that they loved, but they were brainwashed into thinking that this is a trophy and I finally made it and I'm finally accepted. And after they get their NIGGER wake-up call, guess what? Now all of a sudden they're butthurt. Now all of a sudden they're anti-America. Now all of a sudden they want to go with a black woman now, right? Not because they love the black woman, not because, this is not everybody's situation. I'm just speaking on something very specific because you know that I go in with a surgical precision. But now all of a sudden, black. Like you didn't realize this before? You were speaking ideologies before that were against us and you were siding with racist views because you didn't like your own black self. And many who are not from America itself, where you have to endure these things and learn these things over and over, you have many people, I'm just going to say it, not all, but some, who revere and honor America so much that from the Caribbean, right? They don't want to have anything to do because we're different than you. We come from a different country. We didn't have to go through, but you don't know the pain and frustration. But when you finally get it, because lots of people in America who have migrated from other countries, whether it's South America, Africa, you're a black man or woman, Caribbean, right? You come to the country and you get treated different on these jobs, right? You know, you're not like the other ones. They're a little lazy. They insinuate these things. We're going to give you the position of being a manager over this particular area. And you just got there a year and a half ago. And the other people have been there 5 years, 10 years, 15. And I say, wait a second. How did he get to be manager? He just got here. Or she just got here. Well, you know, the work ethic and no. They understand how to separate. But once that person who was given that advantageous position, who came from somewhere else, they will be so fiery. And now they want to come back home to their own black people who they were told were bad or lazy Americans, right? So we're split up. We see all these different things on social media. We see how the world works. And we make up our mind how we're going to deal with it. And a lot of us feel like straight up asses after we have cooned around people who will never accept us. But is this everybody? And what's the real test? I'm going to just say it this way. Many of us have dominated our whole lives and our minds and our hearts where everything is about color. And we know in this world that that is a template that is overlaid over everything that we do, whether it's a personal business, religion, job, politics, whatever it may be, healthcare. There's so many things. But this is what I say. You can't let that defeat you. You can't let that dominate you, that you're going to miss out on the wonderful life that our Creator gave you, because all you can see is the racist people. They hate us. They don't like us. So what? Like I said, it's a sickness and it's a virus that's pretty much never going to stop. Not in this lifetime. Not in our lifetime. If you can watch this video in your lifetime, I don't care if you're 2 years old hearing this and don't know what I'm saying, and you can live for 100 years, right? 98 years from now, it's still going to go there. There are evil people in this world. There are racist people in this world. And this stuff is never going to stop. So are you going to allow this to stop you from ascending to the next level? Because your mind is so caught up in this worldly system that won't matter anymore. It won't matter anymore. It won't matter anymore. When you're going out of here, it won't matter. So we have to slowly transition into the spiritual level, the level of the spirit, because once we leave the body, that's what we're going to have, right? Is there color there? I don't know. But are we going to lose out on the opportunity to leave this system, which is overlaid over the Creator, and I'm going to say God, right? If you're mad at me for saying God, so what? Unsubscribe, hit the corner, the X up in the corner, and get out of here. I'm not going to go through all of this because, you see, I've seen people, and you know, I'm in West Africa, right? I'm in Ghana. And they get so caught up in the ancestors and the spirituality and African, because your butt hurt that you didn't make it in America. So now you're going to adopt something not out of a love for it, but it's reactionary. Because you realize you're never, ever going to be accepted by the other. Okay? That's what I see. Not with everyone, but too many. And we have them on YouTube. And they want to change who they are and whatever. No, come back to your original. I'm here. I'm in Africa. I love it. I'm home. But you're going to realize a lot of people here don't accept you either. And that brings me to the whole other thing. Don't come here if you think it's going to be this moment of this moment, just like in Roots. Remember Roots back in the 70s, and they used to hold the baby up to the sky. There's coonism here too. There's ignorance here too. They look like us, the people who are here, but many of them may not accept us because we're foreigners to them. We have a different culture. I understand that. Many come here expecting that, right? And when they don't get it, their butt hurt. Look, as long as I have my structure, as long as I can build my home, as long as I can have my interior, right, I'll live well, because my living comes from the inside. It comes from the internal. I do not care how many likes or subscribes or follows. I've been doing this for a long time. I had to start all over again. I'm going to do it just like I always do it, because this is how I think and how I am all the time. And I have multiple talents. I design this home. I do lots of things that many people don't even know. Racism and just thinking about America and racism. I'm not even thinking about it. Friends of mine are like, man, you coming back? You come back to visit? I might. When? No time soon. And even here, there are experiences that I've had to let me know that wherever we go on the planet, we might be looked at different. It's okay. Eventually, it's a good deal to be here, right? And as long as I can control and build this new reality that I had in my head, what do I care about the people down the block if they don't like me or not? What do I care if this one wants money and this one? Look at God's green earth, y'all. Look. 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 I got a balcony above. I got one below. I kick back and chill. Why am I mad? I'm not mad. I didn't like this system before. I was frustrated, but I've grown. My mind is somewhere else. I'm not just in this big profit online to always hammer this thing, because it's never going to go away. I hate this one. I hate that one. No, I'm going to say it. All white people aren't bad. All people of other races are not bad. Most have this brainwashing about us, and they act accordingly from their side. But I'm going to judge everybody as an individual. I'm not going to walk around in a frenzy. Because my biggest opposition and my most intense haters have come from individuals in my inner circle who wanted to snuff me out. Didn't like what I did. They should be the ones who get the notoriety. They should be famous. They should be. But I'm multi-talented. I'm not just a YouTube head. I'm not just a TikTok. I can write. I can draw. I can plan beautiful mansions. My imagination is off the chain. This is the way I am all the time. This is not a fake persona. This way you don't see drama in my comment section. I'm free. And now from all of my experiences, I know how to live more efficient, more joyous. I don't have any expectations on anyone in my life or anyone new in my life. That's where you get your biggest disappointments. When you have these expectations, but as good people come to me because I released all of. How are you going to enjoy going to a banquet when you haven't gone to the bathroom in 7 days? You got to make room for the new. And if you hold on to it that long in your stomach, guess what? When it comes out, straight stinking. Right? So your mind has to go through a metamorphosis, a change, to see that as long as you walk with a reactionary venom in your heart to the original venom, it's still venom. And venom in your heart will poison you, and you will not enjoy this life, this short life. This life is very short if you don't do the right thing to yourself. Because we're born alone and we transition alone. And guess what? All in between is up to you to figure it out. Just like in school, it was up to you to pay attention in class. If you don't, guess what? You fail. And those who paid attention and did their studies and passed their tests, they move on. I don't want to be in a place of stagnation. I'm looking forward to world travel. I'm looking forward to travel on the continent here, but I'm looking forward to world travel. I wonder what it's like in Singapore. I wonder what it's like in Bangkok. I wonder what it's like in Brazil. I wonder what it's like in these different places in the world. But I have to set myself, not just because I'm living somewhere else and I cashed out or we made a good deal out here, but because of the growth of my head and the cleansing of my heart, that I will not let my experiences in the past color and flavor my future experiences with beings who may not have those things in their heart. Now, I will say, there are many in America, and I can only speak about my experiences in America, that when it comes time to speak up against racism, they're quiet. Well, if you're quiet and you can't stand up for me, I can't get down with you. You know what I mean? If you're truly who you say you are, you'll stand up for what's right. And that's the main thing, to stand up for what's right. No matter what the situation. Sometimes something may happen where you have a bunch of black white boy for no real. You a white boy and we're going to beat you up. That's not right. You got to stand up for what's right. I'm a straight heterosexual man. The LGBTQ and whatever else comes after that is not my lifestyle. But if you now, as a person from that world, put your hands on a man, and you're a man, and he didn't invite that, and you get beat down, well, I can't touch you. I can't help you. But if somebody went to do something to you just because they can tell, maybe you talk a little different, you walk a little different, and you're minding your business, I'll drop blood for you. Because why? It's the right thing to do. So don't get confused on my stance on certain things. And I am still for us. I do not want to see injustices done to us. I'm always going to point it out. But I'm going to be fair with everything down the line. And I'm not going to have my heart dominated by this venom that will keep me here or bring me down. Because we average out. Listen, we're the sum total of all of our experiences in this life. When you sit down and talk with someone, when you really have the gift of discernment and you sit down and talk with someone for a little while, you begin to figure out pretty much what their life has been by the vibration they give. And I don't want my life, well, back in 1989, I was beat by so many cops. But check this out. I have many great friends who I consider brothers, who I'll give life and limb for, who were police officers in New York City. So how about that? Honorable men, good men, family-oriented men that would not allow injustices to go on, and certain things would not go on around them on their job, because the darker forces, I mean, in the heart, they know when they see the light that we can't do these things. So it's a learning experience for me, but I'm not walking around carrying this stuff in my heart like this is the epitome of my life, or this is what, no. And the other thing I have to say, that when you do go to bat, don't expect when you go to bat for one of us that you're going to get the love and support from them. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Matter of fact, a lot will try to tear you down. This is why I learned a lot on social media. I clean house. Entities that will not be here again, that will not come on this channel, that really were about themselves, or their cash app, or their pseudo fame, or getting away from whatever sad, sorry life they live. No. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. This is why I'm here right now, because I said so. And there are other places that I will be in the world, and other endeavors that I will do, because I'm not holding down this venom and letting the years go by, because you know what? Time is moving on fast anyway. Don't you notice that? It seems like if you pay a mortgage, you pay a rent, you're paying it every 2 weeks now. It doesn't feel like a month, right? The days go by, the weeks go by, the weekends go by even faster. You're free for the weekend? Like, say, for example, you work Monday through Friday. I mean, everybody's situation is different, right? But you're done for the weekend? Yeah, I'm free. It's like you close your eyes, poof, you're waking up again, get ready to go to work on Monday, or whatever your days are off, and you go back on that day. We're distracted with this. I'm not going to just pick on TikTok, because this is going to be on TikTok, but TikTok, what does that mean? Why would they call it TikTok? TikTok means time is going by. TikTok. Your short attention span videos that are 1 minute long, and you scroll, you're dumbing yourself down. Time. This thing is about time. The masses have been brainwashed. The masses have been, this is like a pacifier. Social media, what it's turned into. You know, the baby has a pacifier, and they're sucking on it because the feeling of that pacifier in the mouth emulates the breast, but there's nothing coming out. So this thing emulates nutrition for the mind, but you're getting a dopamine hit, no different than cocaine. Well, what is it doing for you? It kind of suspends us. Come on now. Haven't you gotten online? Well, maybe you're commuting, or you're about to doze off, which is dangerous, what you put in your mind before you go to bed. But you do this thing, you look around, and 45 minutes went by, and you just want to get on there for 2 or 3 minutes to look at something, right? So there's a lot of manipulation going on. And this whole time thing, it seems like we're getting things done less, with more time. We're walking around confused. I'm not saying you're psycho, I'm just saying it's a little harder to do the same things that we did. And when we go outside around people, I've noticed this with myself, because I'm in solitude out here in this country. I don't have, other than Mr. SCURV, who do I have? Ain't nobody, right? Turncoats, yeah, but I've known for a long time there were turncoats, right? So there was no shock that way. I'm still doing what I'm doing, right? But I notice when I go outside, you say, yeah, let me go shopping. Let me just go around the people. You really don't have to, but you do it anyway. You say, hey, let me see what's going on out there. Let me check a few shops at the mall. Let me go here and see what's on sale in the fruit market or whatever. And as soon as you get out there, I mean, this is me personally. It's like, man, I want to go home. There's something different out here. I'm not blaming the people. I'm not saying I'm better than them. It's just something different. It's like, I'm not getting the feeling that I want. I start to feel the toxicities in people around me. I'm not completely pure and super cleansed yet. I'm not going to say I still have demons. No, that's a harsh word to say, but I still have work to do under the hood of me before I transition. But I feel the weight of people, and because I'm to myself a lot, in a meditative state most of the time, most of the day, when I get around anybody, I can feel their energy field. They don't have to say a word. This is why I don't even want to look at most people. I don't want to be around most people. And some very nice people around here. And some very nice people are in America. And I felt this way long before I came here. But it's not as intense as it was in America. And we're so caught up in the past, many of us. I'm just throwing a few things out there. Oh, back in 1989 and back in 1979, I remember things too. I put music on. What do you think when I put old music on? It brings back old memories, and I live them over again in a joyous way. And I know this time is a lot of spiritual manipulation and things that shouldn't be, but guess what? I'm still going to make something new and create something new in the present, because the present that we're living in, right, will one day be the past. And in the future, when we look back on this present, which will one day be the past, I don't want to say all I did was sit up and watch DVDs from the sitcoms and TV shows of the 1970s and I stayed in, because no, we're here to make certain things happen. I'm not going to sit down for nobody. I'll reminisce with you for a little while. We'll laugh and we'll talk, but what memories are we creating today that we can have in the future? And if I'm focused on racism, and every year, I know they call it Black History Month, and we hold eyes on the prize, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., but who are the Malcolm X's and Martin Luther King Jr.'s of the present day? We're on TikTok. We're talking some good stuff. Something's trying to, why when something tries to bite you, it always tries to bite you beyond the reach of your arm? Like they measure you or whatever, like a fighter who stays just beyond when they're fighting you. You can't hit them because they can't hit you because you're out of their range. Just a thought. But yeah, where are they now? Many of them are frauds because they've taken the words and the emotion from those times and they connect with people to get the narcissistic rush of being a revolutionary. But are they really? Do you know their private lives? Do you know how they live? Do you know what they've done? It's easy to fool people on social media. I'll have no part of it. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to tell the truth. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer. Anyway, I want to wrap this down. Just want to say that I love you all greatly. I'm going to keep it real here. There's a lot of different changes going on with the channel, especially this week. We have Brother Neil Frazier coming on every single Monday night at what time now? Eastern Standard? 3 o'clock, I think, Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday evening or afternoon. And I'll be rebuilding some regular shows that I commandeer that will satisfy what I do. And brutally honest, opinionated commentary. Lancescurv. That's what I'm all about. I talk about everything, and I will talk about everything. There's no topic that I won't touch. It's not just going to be one narrow way of just, oh, these people are bad, and they did this to us, or I'm not black, or I'm black, or this one's not African, rolling around in the dirt with the same repetitious foolishness. Not me. I'm a broad individual. I was made to be vast. I was created to be as vast as this earth, and this earth is nothing but merely a dot, a speck of dust in the universe, an oversight, right? So I'm here to grow, not to be stagnant. Don't let racism dictate your life and make you unable to unearth the talents that you have on the inside, because that's what it is. Make sure that we ascend and not stay stuck with somebody else's poisons. Anyway, Lancescurv out. Like, share, and subscribe. More to come. Much love.
So, my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth.